Title and commencement debate in the committee stage, it gives us an opportunity to reflect upon some of the arguments that have been made of a more technical nature. And the first issue that I'd wish to raise to the House and the Minister's attention is the inappropriateness of this taxation budget measures bill, including within it matters of a technical nature which are not required for the purposes of implementing the government's major pieces of budget policy. There is, sir, precedent to put major budget policy through in urgency in all stages, but it is well established and bipartisan. Good. The member may laugh, but he is not known for detailed attention.
He certainly wasn't.
And it would be of value to him as well as to taxpayers if any unintended wrinkles or mistakes of a technical nature in this legislation were sent to a select committee, as has been the normal practice. I see officials there are aware of the risks, The member is in danger of digging himself in a deeper hole.
I'll be a big hole.
We all know it will be a wide as well as deep hole, and there will be plenty of his colleagues ready to put the dirt in on top when he burrows down. The Leader of the House is misnamed, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, so we do need to put that marker down right at the start, that we do think it would have been more appropriate to have restricted this bill, this 96-page bill, much of which is technical. And with respect, sir, a reason for that is because try as they might and assiduous as our officials are, it is always possible that material of a technical nature would benefit from submissions, the review of the tax practitioners and others at the Select Committee process. Mr. Speaker, the Committee of the Whole House has made much note of the fact that as last evening's first reaction sees the cold light of dawn and people's expectations of being better off meet the reality of next year's inflation, the reality, sir, is that 3/4 of New Zealanders will find themselves worse off after this budget at least until 2012 or 2013. There, sir, is, if you apply, here's some simple mathematics for the Leader of the House. If you apply 6% inflation to that member's gross salary, does that member believe he could multiply his gross salary by 6% and come up with a number? I would yield to the member if he would like to do that sum in his head. Would you like to do that? Would the member like to do that sum in his head? 6% times God knows what he earns, $250,000. How about 10% times $250,000 for the member sitting opposite? 10% times $250,000, Jerry, that's an easy one. Round number, Jerry, give it a go. Give it a go. Well, Mr. Brownlee, that is around about the amount you would lose from inflation over the next 2 years, because this ill-informed budget is going to stretch the borrowing capacity of the economy, and poor old Alan Bollard's job just got a lot harder. He's going to have to raise interest rates to sterilise off this budget, which ends up borrowing to give a $1,000 a week tax cut to a millionaire. $1,000 a week tax cut for a millionaire. Doesn't worry Jerry, because he can't multiply 250,000 by 10%. The detail focus, I think, proves the point. This should have gone to a select committee. Am I right? Am I right? I'm right about that. I'm right about that. And so when you go beyond the fact that most Kiwis will get nothing out of this budget for at least 2 years, you then come down to the question of priorities. What the government's really saying is that it's a higher priority to give a millionaire $1,000 a week than it is to give a rape victim counselling, or to give a frail elderly woman an hour a week home help, or all of the people reliant, because they haven't got $1,000 a week extra tax back, reliant on our public hospitals and public health services to be there for them and their families when they need it. And the health budget's $300 million a year short, $1.2 billion short over 4 years. That's the real change to the health budget when you apply inflation to this budget. 6% inflation on the health budget, 400 million short, 300 million short.